a living, Newman?
I'm a United States postal worker.
Aren't those the guys that always go crazy and come back with a gun and shoot everybody?
Sometimes.
Why is that?
Because the mail never stops. It just keeps coming and coming and coming. There's never a let-up. It's relentless. Every day it piles up more and more and more, and you gotta get it out. And the more you get out, the more it keeps coming in. And then the barcode reader breaks, and it's Publishers Clearinghouse Day.
All right. Well, good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Rise and grind on this Monday. Happy Monday. It is wait. Hold that thought. I gotta go take my allergy meds. There it is. Anyway, rise and grind, everybody. Happy Monday. We're gonna break it down as fast as we can. A good win by the Eagles. We'll get into it. And I'm not apologizing for a win against a divisional opponent. Dallas defense did not play great. Dallas put up 40 points. That's the bottom line. I'll take the W. Troll all you want. I was critical of the team for the first 15 minutes of my post game, right? But a win's a win, right? And we'll get into that later. But real quick, Game Time Brian, otherwise known as a mailman. We got to get that out there. Going to deliver my appointed rounds. Yes, I am on a Monday. I don't know if he's got a bad cloud around him or what, but Joe Burrow could miss 3 months because he tore his toe and he has nerve. He has to have surgery on his toe to reconnect shit. And if anybody knows, you need your toe. So I feel bad for Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow has been often injured. And this all goes back to the offensive line. And I'm gonna turn this fucking thing off. This all goes back to the offensive line. I don't know how, I'm not that close to Cincinnati, but you always worry about Joe Burrow and his health. He's, for my money, arguably, if I had to start a team with a quarterback, it would probably be a Joe Burrow. He does everything well, but he's the type of guy who needs an offensive line. All quarterbacks need an offensive line. It's no surprise. That's just stating the obvious. But I'm a big Joe Burrow fan. Very accurate, very clutch quarterback. The moment doesn't get him. Did lose in the Super Bowl. He lost in the Super Bowl, I think. But he took him to a Super Bowl with that horrendous offensive line. But that's enough on the Joe Burrow. But he is out indefinitely. So, that sucks for the Bengals. I'm not even going to bring that one up because political BS. I'll just say this. There were four NFL teams who did not just take a moment of silence for Charlie Kirk. Look it up. Really not, just look it up for yourself. There were 4 teams. It is what it is. I think this world's so divided. It sucks. But let's turn the page to football. Dallas Cowboys win 40-37. I kept waiting for Dallas to pull apart. This is why. This goes back to the original Matt Eberflus hire. I like Eberflus. I really do. Just like last year. I like him. And you saw what he did against the Eagles, and you saw what he did yesterday. Dallas is shutting the run down. I would argue, I'm not going to be one of those guys who quotes stats after 2 games, but their run defense is up at, I would think it would be top 10 in the league, if not top 5 right now. Dallas isn't letting people run too much. Yeah, run here, run there. But I'm going to say that they need to figure out this zone defense. This zone defense is like whatever. Again, we said that Kyer Elam was not a zone corner when they traded for him. I didn't know. I thought maybe they would change up schemes. Seems like they are going to try and force feed. I don't mind rushing four. The Eagles do it, but the Eagles have the personnel up front to do it. I mean, in the back, well, not so much this year, right? Not so much this year. I mean that secondary, and we'll get to the Eagles. I'm not here to hammer the Eagles. They got to win. A win on the road is great. I don't care who you are. I'm not going to be like some Eagle fans where you're going to poo-poo a road victory, a road playoff win, and they suck. I'm not going to do that. A road win, even in the regular season in the NFL, is impressive. So, congrats to the Birds. But we'll touch on them at the end. The Cowboys. This fucking car is pissing me off. My electric is going nuts. The Cowboys, again, were able to run the ball. Javonte Williams just was 3 yards shy of 100 on less than 20 carries. Hell of a game for Javonte Williams. He is a tough runner. I was wrong. I don't mind Javonte. I just didn't know where he was. Javonte Williams. Yes, please. And why didn't Denver want him back? Denver, what are you doing? We got him for the veteran minimum. Hopefully we resign Javonte towards the end of the year. Hopefully he stays healthy. Remember, he had that devastating knee injury. And Javonte Williams has been a stud for the Dallas Cowboys. And I'm not going to lie, as a lifelong Tony Dorsett fan, he's like one of my favorite Cowboy players of all time. I love seeing the number 3 run, the number 33 running the football for the Cowboys and running it well. You got some bad news. Cooper Beebe, he has to have some testing. He can miss upwards of 4 to 5 weeks with a high ankle sprain. Thank God we have Brock Hoffman, but there will be a dip. Again, this is what you're trying to avoid. I would say you're trying to avoid the season-ending ACL and Achilles. Those are the ones you want to avoid. But still, when you have a young offensive line like the Dallas Cowboys do, you want them to gel and play together. So that's unfortunate. Stay tuned today. Hopefully it's not a month. Hopefully it's not. Maybe it just blew up. I know he was on crutches. Let's hope it's not. Now, these offensive linemen are tough, but I do believe that we can be okay on the interim. We can. I would not feel like we would need to go out and do anything. I think we'll be fine with Brock Hoffman. And Cavante Turpin's neck is fine. They did all the images. It's just a stiff neck. He got jacked up. But again, you give him the ball as much as you do, and he's 156 pounds. That's what's going to happen. It don't take much. But we also got some good news. Again, he will help in the run game as well, and he did have 9 sacks last year. Jadeveon Clowney. Jadeveon Clowney has been signed to a 1-year and upwards of $6 million. It is an incentive-laden contract. So, I like the move. I'm not here to say it's the end-all, be-all. But anybody that's going to poo-poo it, like when I saw the first, I don't acknowledge just ignorance, but certain people come in, I can't believe that Dallas is a bottom team in the league. Come on, bro. Stop trolling. Man. A win's a win. It's a divisional win. Again, when we played the Eagles, you know full well whether you want to admit it or not. So, again, we scored 40 on the Giants, who has a better defense than the Eagles, in my opinion. At least up front. They have more bodies. I mean, we ran the ball against both teams. So that's a good sign. That's why losing Beebe sucks right now. It really does, because we were kind of cooking with gas. So hopefully he's not out but a couple weeks. So you got you bring Jadeveon Clowney in. My question is, who's out? Who's out? So we shall see. My hunch is it's going to be the New Orleans lineman that we brought in free agency on a 1-year deal, who hasn't shown me much. I still don't think it's Mozzie. I think Mozzie will remain on the team. And I think they'll try and get Mozzie in at some point. Possibly. I don't think we've seen the end of Mozzie, but I could be wrong. But let's get back to, like Dak Prescott likes to take a lot of hits. Dak Prescott came back and had mounted two game-winning drives. He went down and scored the touchdown. It's not Dak's fault that the defense gave yet another touchdown over the top, because they don't know how to play zone, or they're not zone. They're being a zone discipline in how you play this defense. Again, when you see Donovan Wilson playing center field with his back turned, that's a bad look. Malik Hooker needs to be playing back, and if it's not Malik Hooker, then it needs to be Marquise Bell or Wanye Thomas or somebody else. Very, very frustrating as a Cowboy fan watching that defense. But the Giants always seem to do something against us, especially in Dallas. I expected Dallas to get on a roll at some point. I expected the Cowboys, okay, they were down 3 points at halftime. They probably should have been down 10 at least. But they weren't. Dallas ran 5 plays in the first quarter. Okay? Dallas did the same thing, at times last week. You cannot lose the time of possession battle that much. Now, I think they end up having the time of possession because Giants were scoring so quick. I do believe so by the end of the game. I did do the post game, but I don't remember looking at the time of possession. So that's the deal. I kept waiting for Dallas to come up with a big play on defense and throw after throw after throw after throw into that zone. I just don't understand. I understand you have Deron Bland. Diggs is not a zone corner, in my opinion. That's the thing. He's another guy. He played well last week with Bland, but he was on a limited snap count. So I don't know what's going on. All I do know is we got to go play an 0-2 Chicago desperate team. And I should have left early because there's more effing construction. So, I don't know. It's very, very frustrating to me being a Cowboy fan, and even in wins, even getting a win, there's people talking shit. Again, you can't just fast forward the season. You cannot. You got to play the games out. Dallas does have a new head coach. They have a new offensive coordinator. They have a new defensive coordinator. What could we say right now? Dallas is already leaps and bounds better against the run. Dallas is already leaps and bounds in running the football. If you could do that in this league, you're going to win a lot of games. You're going to win a lot of games. Some people think we should be 2-0. You're not 2-0. You are what your record says you are. But, again, I think the scoring 40 against the Giants, okay. Like people want to laugh. Let's see what the Eagles put up against the Giants. Okay, let's see what you guys do. You guys haven't been scoring hardly at all. And you played a team yesterday with no wide receivers. You played a team with Travis Kelce, who does nothing but drop the football and is clearly on the major decline. I should know. I have him in both fantasy leagues. He stinks. And they had no wide receivers. Now, what did I tell you about that Eagle-Chiefs game? I thought the Chiefs would win by a field goal. I mean, again, if Travis Kelce catches the ball and not tip it up in the end zone, and shout out to Texas' own Andrew Makuba, he still had to make a play, but that's an easy touchdown, right? That's just like last week with CeeDee Lamb. I mean, let's be honest. If you're looking at a team who's 2-0, they could be 0-2. It's the Birds. Now, you're not, so that's great. You're 2-0. Congrats, but be careful how you flex, because people looking from the outside in see it's not the same. Now, you could build on it, right? A win's a win. I would not apologize for it. But if Travis Kelce catches that ball, it's most likely a wrap. I told everybody that coaching matters. Andy Reid and the defensive coordinator would have something for the Eagles, and did they? They shut down Saquon yet again. Saquon, I don't think he had 100 yards again. It's a lot of money to be paying for a running back who's, now, again, just the fact that he's a threat opens up stuff for everybody else. AJ had a little bit better game. You know, I'm hearing he's on a trading block going into the game. I don't know what's true. I don't know that I would trade AJ now. How stagnant that offense is looking. I don't know that if I'm the Eagles, I could afford to trade AJ Brown. Even you need that threat. Devontae had a great game. Yeah, I mean, I thought he had a good game. Not a great game, but he had a good game. For a little guy, he's very good with the jump balls. So, you know, just watching it. I didn't watch a lot of the Eagle game. I caught the end after my post game was over. You know, hey, a win's a win, right? I'll give you credit for the road win, but I would just kind of tiptoe. Now the Eagles come home against the Rams. Rams looks like they struggled against Tennessee with the win. So we'll see. Rams are 2-0. We know the Rams have a good defense. So I'm looking forward to that game. I'm not going to see it. I'll be at a wedding next Saturday. I'll definitely be at a wedding. Next Sunday. Sorry, my son's getting married. I got a busy weekend coming up. I got a rehearsal dinner Friday that I'm paying for. I got Saturday. I got a double funeral for my sister's in-laws. And then on Sunday, I got the wedding. So I will not be streaming next weekend. We'll do some live streams this week. We definitely will. But, you know, you got the Bears game at 4. You got the Bears game at 4:25. Dallas game is the game of the week. So you know I'll have my phone out. You know I'll have my phone out recording that. You know I will. So, but anyway, that's it for me. I'm here. We're all late. Everybody's lined up late. I'm going to try and do a lunchtime chat around 3:15 live in the mail truck. Don't apologize for a win, the Cowboys fans. I don't think you're going to hear the Eagles apologizing today for a win. And like the Eagles, I think the Eagles can improve a lot. Like the Cowboys can improve immensely. Shout out to Brian Schottenheimer for getting his first win as a Cowboys head coach. We'll see. We got at Chicago, home against Green Bay. Now, how I originally had the Cowboys, I had them 1-1, just like they are. I had them losing in Philly, and then I had them winning at home against the Giants. I had them losing in Chicago and then losing at home against Green Bay. So if we can find a way to win one of these next two, we'll be a game ahead of my 9-win prediction. Eagles are a game ahead with the win yesterday of their 10-win prediction. And the Commanders are a game below since they lost to Green Bay. So right now, Eagles 11, unless something changes, Eagles at 11, Green Bay at 10, Dallas at 10. So that's what I have. The Giants may not get to my 8 wins, but the way they looked yesterday, people that are talking shit about the Giants today, you got to play them and see if let's see if the Eagles could put 40 up on New York Giants. They may. But if they don't, you're going to hear it. Because stop trolling after a win. You didn't look great going up against the Kansas City team where everybody is like, this is not a very good team. We'll see. I'm going to say congrats on the W. A win is a win. All right. Talk to you later. Peace.
Good job. The second team?
We're the first team.
Yeah. We're not gonna fall for a banana in the tailpipe.
You're not gonna fall for the banana in the tailpipe?
It should be more natural, brother. It should flow out like this. Look, man, I ain't falling for no banana in my tailpipe. See, that's more natural for us. You've been hanging out with this dude too long.